Hi, this is Trentemøller. I'm gonna perform tonight at the Showbox here in LA. Really looking forward, and very nice to be in LA.
Yeah. Now, you have a bunch of cool projects in the works right now. I heard you're soundtracking a painting.
Yeah. It was quite fun. It's the National Danish Art Museum, and they asked me to, not only me but 6 other artists from Denmark, to kind of put music to some old paintings from Denmark, and I chose a painting from the 15th century, and then trying to put my music into that. It's nearly like doing a soundtrack for a painting, and that was quite fun. It was actually something that I did while we are on the road here. So I did the music in the tour bus with on my laptop with headphones, and then watching this picture on my iPad. And for me, it was quite new to make music while I'm touring. Normally I don't do that because I cannot really concentrate on doing that. But it was quite fun to actually have something to do other than just surfing the net or doing anything else. So that was quite fun.
So what does the painting look like? Can you describe it?
It is actually this kind of angel that is fighting Satan. It's very dramatic, and the humans, they are falling down from the skies, and it's very epic, and really looks kind of frightening in a way. But it suited me very well to have this. This fight between good and bad, and that is something that is quite easy for me to work with, because there are so many possibilities and layers you can put into that picture.
Do you have any particular spiritual beliefs yourself?
No, I think that I'm more like an atheist.
Yeah.
Is that the right word?
Yeah.
In English, yeah, something similar. So I don't really see myself as a kind of sticking to one specific belief. So
it's just more the idea of good and evil that attracted you.
Yeah, and also because it was not so clear if the good or the bad would win. So that open thing was also something that kind of really talked to me.
Seems like you play a lot with that in your own music, that sort of dark sound meeting the ethereal sounds.
Yeah, but those clashes, not only between the more beautiful and the more evil and dark stuff, but also sound-wise, working with very electronic, clinical sounds, cold sounds in a way, and putting them together with very warm, organic, dusty sounds. I'm trying to work with cold and warm and black and white, and always I'm always trying to put in more layers in the music that you maybe don't hear the first time that you're hearing the track, or maybe the 4th or 5th time, that suddenly you can kind of hear small other melodies or stories told underneath. I really like that.
So with this painting project, when does it premiere?
I think it's actually gonna premiere in November the 26th, and there will be like an application for iPhone also, where you can see the paintings and the music. So yeah.
Have you? Is that something you'd consider doing? Going into scoring films or getting more involved in that?
I was doing music for 2 Danish movies for like 2 years ago, and that was really fun and also very challenging. But it also really took up a lot of time for me, because of course my main passion is doing my own music, and it was really something that I learned from. But I think next time it's maybe too much work for me, because I'm also touring a lot, and now I'm gonna work on my next album, so my focus is definitely on doing my own stuff, I think.
Do you draw inspiration from films when you go in to do your own music?
Yeah, definitely. Of course, I'm a big fan of David Lynch. I've said that many times, and also, but also I'm a big Woody Allen fan, and I really use a lot of my spare time to watch movies and documentaries and short films and stuff, and sometimes you can use inspiration or atmospheres and vibes from those films in my music. but it's not something that I, directly is inspired by.
Yeah.
It's more like a feeling. Sometimes you can use that, but I'm inspired by a lot of different things, not only
Yeah.
that. I'm basically using all my time actually on making music, because that is what I'm best at. I think I can remember when I was a teenager, I really wanted to be a cameraman, just to be behind the camera, but very quickly the music took up all my time, and for me music is still my biggest passion. It never feels like working. It's really something that I do out of joy, and to be able to tour with the music also, and playing it for a lot of people. That's fantastic.
When you were a teenager, playing around with the idea of being a cameraman, when did you start to realize that you could make a career in music?
For me, I was not thinking about if it was possible to make a career, because it was more something that I did because I couldn't stop doing it.
Yeah.
So I was not thinking in being a pro musician or something like that. But since I was 3 or 4 years old, I can remember that I always listened to music and played to the music in the radio. I did my own drum kits out of pots and pans and drove my parents crazy, I think, and also played piano to whatever was in the radio.
Yeah.
And that was how I learned playing music. I've never attended any music schools,
oh, really?
And so it's just self-taught. Pretty much just by playing along with the radio, and then when I was a teenager I started playing in bands and stuff like that. So that background in playing instruments, I definitely could use that when I do my own music now, and also playing live, of course.
How did your parents react when you sort of evolved from the kid playing the pots and pans to a musician?
They actually gave me a drum set when I was 10 or 12 years old, and that was pretty cool, I think, because they had their bedroom just next to my room, and I just started it early Sunday morning, I think, playing drums. But somehow they thought it was okay. So they were pretty supportive. But in the beginning, not in the beginning, for a long time, like 15 years, I wasn't earning any money of doing music, and I think in the end they thought maybe that was not the right way to go. But then luckily, I suddenly things started to happening.
Yeah.
And
And so now you've got this remix project out, which is pretty cool. How do you choose your remixers?
Yeah. For me, it's making remixes is always fun, because you have the chance to work with people that you really admire, and this new thing, my new album is called Remix Reword, and it's basically as you said, people that are remixing me, and me remixing people that I really admire and respect. So the people that I picked out for remixing me was mainly people that I listened to, names like Mode Selector and Uncle, and with those artists we did this kind of remix swap, that I did a remix for them, they asked me for a remix, and then I remixed them back. So it was pretty much artist to artist, and there was no kind of money involved or major labels. It was more like from artist to artist, and that idea I really like. And then Mary Fisker, she's singing with me live, and she also is singing on my album. She did her own version of one of the songs from the album, and Coco Sumner did a cover version of some of my songs. So it's also people that has kind of it's both remixes, but also people that has done their own versions of my songs, kind of cover versions of my songs.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Has there been any remix or cover that's kind of taken you by surprise, or they've taken you in a completely different route?
Yeah. I think especially Mary Fisker's version, because it's very like psychedelic, nearly like Massey Star or PJ Harvey kind of thing going on. It's really dark and slow, and that really fits this track also, because in my own version it's a little bit more up tempo. It still has this melancholic, dreamy vibe, but she has taken it to another level, kind of. I think so. I was very pleased when when I heard that version, and that's also the first version that is opening the whole album. But I was very lucky that all the people that I wanted to do remixes actually were up for it. No, there were one. Of course, we asked the XX to do it like a cover version. I'm a big fan of their music, but they didn't have time. I don't know if they like the track or not. But
maybe next time.
Maybe next time could be good. I'm a big fan of their music because it's so minimalistic, but still very strong on melodies. And
is that something you'd like to do more of in that direction, the drawing back a little and doing the minimalist, or?
Yeah. Definitely for my next album, I was actually thinking about putting up some rules for myself. So it's more like trying to keep it more simple, because my latest album is very big and dramatic sounding, kind of a very epic sound, and that was cool because that was what I wanted back then. But for my next album, it could be fun to say, for example, that I can only use 8 or 10 tracks per song, and really trying to keep it simple and only use the most important stuff, and really kind of kill your darlings, you know, and really just cut all off that is not really necessary in the track. But still, I would like to have the many layers that are often in my music, but try to do it in a more stripped down way.
Have you ever worked like that before, giving yourself a set of rules or guidelines like that?
No. Actually, so that is maybe a good idea, because if it's always important for me to challenge myself, and I never want to do the same album twice. That's also why my first album sounds different compared to my latest album and stuff. So I think it's quite a good idea to try to put those rules up and see if you can still be creative and have this freedom, but within those rules.
Now, have you started brainstorming more about when you're going to start the album, or is it just sort of?
I will, we are finished the 4th of November, and I will head straight to my studio, I think, in Copenhagen, and start working on my album, because I'm so eager to get started, because we have been touring for the last year now and playing a lot of festivals in Europe, and we had 2 US tours this year, and that's great. I love it. It's the best thing, but I'm really also missing just to go into my own space again and not seeing other people. Of course, I also do that, but really focusing on making music. So for the next 8 months, I don't go out playing with a band or DJ or anything. I will really focus on.
Is that difficult for you when you're in your studio to not go out or to get other gigs, or? No, because for me it's actually my biggest passion lies in writing music. I really love playing it live, but the most creative part is definitely for me writing it and producing it, and I really love, even if it can be quite hard sometimes, because you're not always satisfied what you come up with, and even if I don't feel any pressure on making music, because I don't feel that, but of course I wanted it to be good, not just good but great, and that can take time sometimes, and sometimes you end up having way too many tracks, and you have to throw away all the tracks that are maybe okay, good, but not really doing it. So that is a big amount of work time that needs 8 or 10 or 1 year, sorry, not 8 years, 8 or 10 months or 1 year, sorry. Yeah, when you look back at the kid playing pans, or the teenager with the camera in his hand becoming a musician, is there any piece of advice you wish you could give yourself, or a little hint as to what your future might hold? I
think what I learned later is really to kind of trust on your stomach feel in a way, and really, because especially now for mine, there's a lot of people that have ideas about what I should do with my career and stuff, and you should do this and now, blah, blah, and what is trendy, and this new sound, you should check that out, and it's really important that you always just feel if it feels right, and not letting let other people decide for you. It's really important always to have this artistic freedom, and then I don't care. Really, I don't care if I only sell 5 albums. It is not why I'm doing music. It is definitely for my own pleasure, and then it's great if you can go out and play the music for people. That's a great thing. But I would still do music if it was only me listening to it.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.